what about the situation in terms of the government regulation of logistics? You know, should people think that there'll basically be an equivalent in China of whatever regulation the variety there is in Australia? For instance, health checks or whatever. In other words, is China now have a system of regulation of logistics associated with products which is basically similar to a Western country?
Um, I would say yes and no. They have a system. Um, well, let's start. They didn't have a system, very well established system several years ago, and they're developing it over the past few years, and they're improving all the time. And this is why there's a lot of changes. And I put here just a list of several elements that you have during an importation process. There's so many inspections, and some of the inspections came as a result or response to some demands that they had in the European market or in the American market. And every time that they discover, oh, there's this regulation in Europe, let's do something similar. And they do it similar or harder or easier, and they're learning just as well. So every time we meet another inspection, and that they don't really know how to do it, but over time they define their own way of doing it. So the problem is that it's not the same, definitely not the same, because there's always Chinese elements to this. Many times we have products that in other countries are relatively easy to import, and when we come to China, it becomes really hard. We have clients who are bringing some products, and there's a tiny little bit of ingredients which in China it's considered under dangerous goods, and this is it. Then it goes on to a different category of dangerous goods. It's 0.01% of some material, which is considered or classified under dangerous goods. And our client is going crazy. He says, look, I'm importing or exporting all over the world, and nobody's ever mentioned that it's dangerous goods, but because in fact, it's some kind of a salt. Um, but in China, this kind of salt is considered dangerous goods, especially since the Tianjin blast. They've been really careful, and everything has become so difficult. So anything that is even reminding anything of dangerous goods is classified, and it has to go to a specific process and to a specific warehouse, and it's a major hassle. So many times we have frustrated clients that in other markets they import very easily, but in China, the importation has a different process. So again, it's a matter of learning and having partners who knows what they're doing. And even the partners don't even always know, and they keep trying and they're learning as they go, because as I said, as we speak, things are changing and there are new regulations almost every week or every month.
Okay.